Welcome to Last Minute Betting with the Sports Nuts, brought to you by OddsJam. OddsJam, everybody knows what OddsJam is. It's the best way to look up odds for all kinds of sporting events across the world. Don't forget, I've got the BetMGM and Fanatics links in the description of this video below. Check it out. We'd appreciate it if you would. Not a lot going on tonight. Mike is here with me. Don't know if any of the crew is going to join. Oh, wow. What? Now, let's explain this. Switching up to an Eagles fan. Huh?
Dang.
What's
Bobby.
he talking about? I mean, doesn't even make sense. And by the way, why are you not here, Tristan? Anyway.
Can't make it tonight.
Oh, okay. He's always got some excuse, don't he?
No. I think he's got a legit reason.
He does.
Oh, he's
Mike, we just got college basketball tonight, and there's no marquee games at all. Like, there's not anything happening at all right now. I'm looking right here. Although, believe it or not, Mike, there is a college baseball game that wound up on the positive EV page. Vanderbilt money line.
Yeah.
There's nothing out here, man.
No. It's not a lot right now. I'm on the EV page right now, and I've only got 4 plays showing up right now. So not a lot happening for me right now.
Now, my background is not her. Mike's the one who did that YouTube thumbnail. There's nothing wrong with that.
I had to put, look, he's the Super Bowl MVP. Football season's over, so we'll throw him. We needed a football player to put on there, so why not go with the Super Bowl MVP? I'm definitely not putting Mahomes on there right now. Come on. After that, he let us all down, Tristan.
Here we go. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Loyola, Chicago, and Northern Kentucky money line parlay. Would do Dartmouth, but I'm in New York. Okay.
Sprinkle Tennessee to win the College World Series plus 700. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, we're starting off with that awful quick.
He's calling it early, man. Calling it early.
I know. But yes, Mike, there are some college baseball games.
Huh? I think you froze up there, Bobby. I think you froze up, buddy. Bob is froze. We'll remove him real quick. But, okay, so what do we got? So PhD back-to-back. Marist plus 2.5. Loyola minus 2.5. Ohio Bobcats plus 5.5. Okay. Got all kinds of college basketball tonight. That's what we have right now. 16 games. So not a ton, not a huge slate. Considering college, you know how that is. Sometimes we got 30 plus games in a day, but we got some. And Stevens got Scheffler at plus 250 earlier. Nice. The Genesis Invitational looks like Scheffler in the driver's seat at least right now, huh? Thompson right behind him. Should be interesting. I think Scotty will come through for you though, Steven. So yeah, EV page. I mean, here's a Quinnipiac and Sacred Heart. We got an under on FanDuel. I'm going to jump on this. I mean, I got to get some action out here, anyway. So I'm going to jump on it. I'm going to jump on that for show. Bobby's back, finally. Dial-up internet. You got to figure that out, man. I mean, that's just ridiculous that you're in that darn room, man. It's where you're at. You have crappy internet service there. You gotta have to figure it out, man. Got to figure that out, Bob. Let's see.
You need to get off my ass.
Is looking good. What, Bob?
You need to get off my ass.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just being real here.
I've got Rory in a top 5. Yeah, Scheffler is in the lead, but you know what? There was no value in taking him.
Well, he picked him up at plus 250 earlier, so good live bet.
I mean, you could have gotten him for plus 3 something, I think, pre-match. That's why I didn't pick him. There wasn't any value to him.
You don't think plus 350? You don't think that's worth taking on a guy like Scotty?
No, not in golf, man.
I understand. I know I understand. I get that, but I mean,
that's why I didn't pick him. There was no value. I didn't have Rory either. You're looking for, plus 900, 1,000 or more for outrights, But all my guys are still in the mix for the spots that they could wind up in. I think the cut is at plus 4. So I got everybody except for Spieth came through. So
yeah.
I don't doubt Chef at all. Yeah, looking for
I get it.
Value play.
That makes sense. That makes sense then. If that's, I get that then. I'm obviously, as you know, not a big golf guy, but then that makes sense though. Looking for value on some of those outrights for sure. I get it. I get that. Same thing with futures. If you're going to do a futures bet, you're going to have money tied up. You want some good value on it, right?
Yeah. I was just looking over what PhD, with his Tennessee pick for College World Series champion. You got LSU, Tennessee, Texas A&M are the top 3 favorites, all at plus 800 on BetMGM, followed by Virginia plus 900, and then Arkansas and Florida. So once again, 5 of the top 6 favorites to win the College World Series in baseball are SEC.
Yeah. Yep.
Golf, I'll look to get DGen and like plus 2,500. Golf's not DGen.
No, he's saying he will get DGen though. If he bets golf, he wants to get some crazy value like that. I get it, I guess.
Man, I guess I'm happy that you can interpret him because I have problems interpreting him.
How did you not? You have problems. Your problems have problems. That's what that is, Bobby.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, any bet that hits good value, and I agree with that too, for sure.
College World Series odds are up. College baseball is in full flow today. I really did not realize that. I mean, it's kind of important.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm going to switch sides real quick. There we go. Let's look at some let's look at some baseball futures here just for the heck of it. Just to look at what's going on right now. We'll look at some futures. You got like AL Central winner looking ahead. I mean, I'm not what?
I just want to tell you, today is the kickoff for college baseball. So we missed that.
Yeah.
Today is the official kickoff.
Okay. Gotcha. Anyway, AL Central, not really sure who I'm feeling to win this division. I think, as you see here, you got several teams capable. Kansas City, I think they take a little bit of a step back this year, man. I think they lost some pieces. I think they're still a good team, but I'm not sure I would ride with Kansas City. I mean, you could look at Detroit's obviously going to be a team to look at. But I don't know. I'm thinking maybe looking at Cleveland. Maybe looking at a team like Cleveland. Obviously, Minnesota's the slight favorite to win that division, but we'll see. AL East. Well, I mean, there's no value on the Yankees. I mean, who's going to take a futures at plus 100, 110? I'm not going to tie up money for a plus 110 play on a futures. So, I mean, this one, we're being honest, I mean, take a shot at someone, maybe a long shot here. Maybe Boston. I'd maybe take a shot at Boston here. I know the Orioles, but I mean, the Orioles, they lose some pieces too, So that's something to be on the lookout for. AL West. Does Texas bounce back this year? Not a lot of value on Houston.
Do we like UCLA? Tonight's game is against who's UCLA?
Oh, they're against Indiana tonight. Yeah, and Indiana is coming off of a big win against Michigan State at Michigan State. They are home.
Yeah, I like UCLA on the road.
I think I'd back them too. Indiana coming off that big win. I think this could be a letdown spot for them potentially. But you know how it goes, man. Taking a road team in college basketball sometimes gets a little tough. But I think I'm cool with it. I'll back them.
I just put together a money line college baseball parlay. Vanderbilt and Texas money line. That Vanderbilt play was positive EV, plus 167 on Circa. So,
wow! Look at the NL Central here, man. The Cubs. I mean, you can get them at plus 140 on DraftKings right now, but I mean, you got FanDuel and Caesars offering you not even plus odds on the Cubs to win this division.
Yep.
I think that's a no.
You see who's in last place there.
Yeah, that's probably where they'll be. I would say. I mean, let's just be honest. They're probably in last place in that division. I think Pittsburgh's a little better than them. Maybe they sneak in there and get next to last play. But yeah, they're finishing at the bottom of this division.
That's where they were picked in 1985, by the way.
Okay, well, it was a long time ago.
Seems like yesterday to me.
Yeah. NL East, we know, man, I'd take a flyer on the Mets here. I'm not going to lie. I know the thing is with the Braves, though, Acuna is going to be back. Missing him last year was really tough for them. So I get that. And then, of course, you still got the Phillies there. But I'd take a flyer on the Mets here, Bob. Not going to lie. Juan Soto makes a big difference on teams, dude. I mean, he makes a huge difference. He goes to the Yankees, they get over the hump and get to the World Series, You saw him win a World Series with Washington. And, of course, we know the NL West is, oh, my God, look how, Bob, the Dodgers are minus 450 is the best place you can get the Dodgers to win the NL West. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, why not? They're buying everything they can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they even Mike.
That's
they
just
even
crazy, though, man.
They even have Andrew Kittredge and Giovanni Gallegos. Kittredge on the 40-man roster. Gallegos, they signed him to a minor league contract.
Yeah.
They're just strengthening themselves like crazy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, you can for them to win the National League winner, for them to plus 170.
Now that one I'd jump on. But you know what? I'd rather wait until a little later in the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to pick against the Dodgers in the National League, if we're being honest. I mean, I don't think Atlanta's quite there, even with Acuna coming back. But, it's funny. We saw the division winner in this NL East, Braves, Mets, Phillies. The Braves were the favorite to win the division. The Phillies were the second favorite, and the Mets were the third favorite. But if you look at them to win the National League, the Mets are actually a little more favored than the Phillies to come out of the National League. So that tells me right there the Mets to win that division is a good look, maybe. Just something to think about.
By the way, Mike, March Madness is right around the corner, and we have the biggest game of the year happening tomorrow. And Randall is on his way there to Alabama. It's Auburn at Alabama, dude. Who wins this game? This is the biggest game of the year. I mean, you talk about excitement. Who's winning?
Man. I mean, I think Alabama wins. They're at home. I think Alabama wins.
Is it a hammer play? That's the question. I know people that are talking about putting quite a bit of money on Alabama tomorrow.
Well, I mean, hammer play. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. I do like them to win, though, for sure.
Another one I'm interested in. I know this is Rob's Tennessee team, but Vanderbilt is at 17. Is at Tennessee tomorrow, and the spread is 13.5. And I think I'd take Vandy in the points.
Man, worry there is it's at Tennessee. I mean, I know they played Auburn. They played Auburn, and that was a 12-point game, and they were at home. Man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not sure I would. I don't know.
Alabama.
I mean, Tennessee's coming off of a loss, I don't know.
Alabama, by the way, is favored by 1.5 to 2.5. That's where the line is there. Minus 130 is about the best you're going to get. the money line at. And by the way, Mike, I don't know whether you knew this or not. We are getting Bet 365 in Illinois.
Yeah.
Which we're excited about that opportunity.
Nice. So American League winner, Yankees obviously the favorite, but I'm not going with the Yankees here. I mean, I think we take a shot on somebody else. And it's funny, Baltimore is the second favorite here, then Houston, then Boston. I'll tell you, man, I'm looking at a team like Boston and Texas in the American League. I'm looking at Boston and Texas.
Okay.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Well, I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, you don't have to. Some things are better left unsaid anyway.
That was a song by Hall & Oates, by the way.
Yeah. Well.
By the way, Mike, the BetMGM or Bet 365 deal is bet $5, get $100 in bonus bets. So we will be doing that this weekend. Four Nations started. USA kicked butt over Finland with a big third period. Canada and Sweden went to overtime. Bennington and Parayko, my Blues players, looked very good. Bennington with some outstanding saves. Who do you think's winning that tournament?
Man, I'll tell you what, a pretty big performance by the U.S. The other night. And, right now they're 3 points to Canada's 2 because Canada went into overtime and won, but they only get 2 points out of that. So U.S. looking like they're in the driver's seat here a little bit in terms of how they've looked to start. I mean, we thought Canada would win that game by 2+ goals, right? So, I mean, the fact that went to overtime, I mean, maybe the U.S. is being slept on a little bit here, Bob. Maybe the U.S. is a good look here, man. Maybe I'm overreacting to one game.
You very well could be. So, tomorrow night, the U.S. and Canada play tomorrow night, right?
Correct.
Which is going to be,
and it's at Montreal. So
it's at Montreal, right?
So that's going to be a thing. Yeah, that's a tough one there. But
right now the line on that is pretty well 110 on each side.
Yeah.
I
saw that, Steven. I know
the puck line with either one of them.
No, I don't want the puck line. And you're losing it again. His dial-up internet's out again. You guys saw both brothers scored last night. Yes, we did see that. We actually picked McKinnon to score in that first game for Canada. And he came through. Didn't have anybody in that game last night, but the Sweden-Canada game we did. We liked McKinnon. He came through. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like the U.S. has a chance here, man. I really do. And just for the heck of it, let's just look at this thing. Where the heck are we going to find? Where are we finding lines for that? We may not. Let me know what you guys think, though. Who you think's going to win win this thing. U.S., Canada. It's definitely going to be one of those two teams. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing. Not seeing anything. Art Ross Trophy winner, though, in the NHL. McKinnon's the favorite right now to come out of that. Him, Draisaitl, Kucherov's in there, McDavid. I mean, I think McKinnon ends up winning. McKinnon is winning. McKinnon is winning the Art Ross Trophy, Bob. No doubt. Winning McKinnon. That's what we're going to start calling him.
Okay.
You're back. You're not winning right now. You're failing right now. Tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Man, see, there's only one thing. Here we go. UCLA money line on the EV page. Let's do it. It's a small EV percentage here, but that's okay, man. I'll throw a little bit on it and ride with everybody. We're on UCLA anyway. Steven said earlier he's got Princeton, UCLA, Kent State, money line parlay. I'm definitely on board right now with UCLA. I'm in. Sign me up.
So one thing I wanted to point out about Canada, Mike, in the game the other night, you know, Shea Theodore, Adrian Kempe hit him into the boards. Theodore is for this tournament.
Yeah.
He will not be playing anymore. He is on the injured list. So they played with 5 defensemen, and that's one of the reasons that Sweden was able to come back. So don't expect that to last. And John Cooper has not named his goalie for game 2.
Okay.
I think he goes to Aiden Hill to give him some playing time, but, you know, you never know. Cooper could go with Bennington again because he did bail him out in overtime. By the way, I don't know whether you knew this or not. Sidney Crosby, the captain of Team Canada, had 3 assists the other night. So
yeah. Well, we talked about that. We talked about him maybe getting an assist for sure.
He got 3.
Yeah. And McKinnon got the goal. So we were on that. Canada didn't come through on the puck line, which was kind of disappointing. So, yeah, Finland and Sweden, probably no shot here, would you say?
I mean, I wouldn't think that they would have a shot. They play each other tomorrow. So one of them is going to come up with a couple of points.
Right. So it'll put them in it, you know. And for Sweden, you know, they'll play the U.S. next. That could be a big game for those two teams because Canada's going to play Finland. I don't think there's any doubt Canada's going to win, and I think they win in regulation. So they're going to get a couple extra points out of that. So yes,
you think Canada is beating the U.S.?
No, I'm just saying that regardless of what happens in this U.S.-Canada game, going forward for this next game, Canada's at least going to have Finland, who they play. And I think there's no doubt they win that and get 3 points out of that. So I think they might be able to overcome if they do lose to the U.S. and vice versa, maybe, you know, because if the U.S. loses here to Canada, they're going to have a crack at Sweden, who I think beats Finland. And that U.S.-Sweden game, I think, ends up, you know, obviously the winner of that plays Canada.
Gonna
if
be
that's how it goes.
pick 5 of his streaking underdog. Go, Tristan, make it happen. Both brothers scored last night. Yes, saw that. They were born in St. Louis, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know that. They're Tristan. They didn't play in St. Louis. They were born there. Their dad played in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get that straight now. All right.
Nothing else. You mean?
Who's winning March Madness? Since you were on futures.
Oh, I didn't even look at anything.
I'm just asking real quick.
I mean, that's
Auburn, Alabama.
To win the whole thing. I don't know that I'm riding Auburn or Alabama necessarily to win the whole thing. I think I would pick Alabama over Auburn to win it. But
I know I didn't play in St. Louis. I've never played professional hockey. Thank you. I have problems communicating with him, man. Tristan, thanks for joining us. Tell you Valentine's Day from Bob and Mike.
Let's end this stream before your internet cracks again and you end up froze.
I have the face of an old-time goalie.
Thanks, Steven. Thanks, Tristan. Rob, appreciate you all.
Let's go.